The more I have conversations with people about mindfulness and about meditation, the more I realize a lot of people have a lot of misconceptions about what meditation is. And so I decided to make this video titled Meditation is Not What You Think, because there's a pretty good chance that it's not. Especially if you're somebody who's kind of toyed with the idea of meditation but never really done it, or you've done it a few times, or maybe you've tried to develop a practice out of it but haven't really been able to. This video is for you. I hear a lot of people tell me about how they're not good at meditation, how they tried it but they can't do it. And as I dig into those conversations more and more, I realize that their beliefs around meditation, and a lot of people have beliefs around meditation that are simply false as to what the practice was intended for. So the main misconception around meditation is that meditating is to sit and have an empty mind and to be in a state of peace and deep focus and concentration. And while that can be what meditation looks like for some people, that's not what meditation fundamentally is. So if that's not what it is, if it's not having an empty mind, then what is it? The essence of meditation is awareness. So if you're meditating and your mind is not completely empty, you're not doing it wrong. All right? What meditation is fundamentally is to practice being aware of what's going on. And there's different kinds of meditations that might practice being aware of different things. But no matter what meditation you're doing, if you have thoughts that are arising pretty regularly and you notice the thoughts arising and you're getting distracted, that's part of the practice. That's why it's called a meditation practice. You're practicing being aware. So meditation is not about a change of state and like an alteration of your consciousness. And it's not about, achieving inner peace, which is like, just a different state. It's fundamentally practicing awareness. And stuff like peace might become a symptom of that awareness down the road. But to meditate in itself is to simply practice being aware. So if you're doing a sound meditation and you're just practicing being aware of the sensation of sound and just being the watcher and watching those sounds, and then you get distracted and you get lost in thought for a couple minutes, that's okay. That's part of what meditation is that aspect of, I just caught myself being distracted. Time to go back to practice being aware of the thoughts in my environment. And that's just one example of a sound meditation. A very popular one is being focused on the breath and being aware of the breath and the sensations in the body. So you might get distracted and lose touch with your breath and lose touch with the sensations of your body. But just be aware of the thoughts and come back to your breath. It's not that you're bad at meditation if the thoughts keep arising. Okay, so that's not what meditation is. It's not about just maintaining a clear mind at all costs. Another thing that I realized about people's misconceptions around meditation is it's almost as if people assume that when they sit on a cushion for 10 minutes, they're going to be able to only focus on the thing that they're intending to focus on for 10 minutes. Now, as you build your practice and you meditate for years and years, your ability to sort of exercise your awareness muscle, like think about it as like you're training your biceps, right? If you can only curl 10 pounds, it's not that you're bad at bicep curls. It's just that you are not very practiced. And eventually, the more you do it, the more weight you're going to be able to lift. It's the same thing with your awareness muscle. In the beginning, you're probably not going to be able to maintain awareness and maintain focus over what you're trying to focus on for a long time. But that doesn't mean you're bad at meditation. It just means your awareness muscle isn't very developed yet. And that's the whole point of meditation, is to develop that awareness muscle. And of course, I'm using this term metaphorically. Your awareness muscle is not a physical muscle. So before I end this video, I wanted to share one insight and one recommendation. A lot of people get into visualization meditations that include, visualizing light and maybe visualizing different chakra centers. And this is very popular, especially in like the new age community, for people who are kind of just getting involved in these sort of circles and these sort of ideas in life and just starting to practice meditation. And the reason that these are so attractive is because it gives you something to focus on rather than just kind of focusing on your environment or focusing on more subtle sensations in the body. Visualization is exercising your like imagination muscle simultaneously with your awareness muscle. So those can actually be very powerful meditations, different visualization meditations. And I used to not like those. I used to kind of be judgmental towards people who maybe mainly practiced visualization meditations and meditations that involve light and visualizing light and all this stuff. I used to think that was, kind of fluffy new age stuff, but the more I've meditated and the more I've studied meditation, the more I realized that's actually a very good place to begin if you're just getting into meditation. I think it's a little bit less intimidating, and it can really come with a sense of making quick progress. Now, I'm not saying to look for shortcuts, but those can be powerful for those reasons. And every now and again, I'll actually practice some of those meditations as well, and I've found that they can actually be a lot more powerful than I gave them credit for. So that's just a suggestion. I will say that there is a bit of a trap involved sometimes that people can fall for, where they tend to only use those meditations as sort of a crutch. And as I mentioned before, you can sort of strengthen your imaginative muscle while strengthening your awareness muscle. The awareness muscle sort of gets left behind sometimes by people who fall into this trap of using those kinds of meditations as a coping mechanism. And granted, it is a healthier coping mechanism than maybe drugs and alcohol, but there is a bit of a trap there. So make sure you're not just using those meditations for attempting to change your state by visualizing all the light and love while turning your head away from your own darkness. Anyways, that's it for my video today. I just wanted to share that, how meditation is probably not what you think it is, and it's actually a lot easier than you think it is, because it doesn't necessarily have to have parameters of this is how long I stayed focused for. Especially if you're just trying to build a practice, don't let the lack of strength in your awareness muscle be a deterrent. Okay, it's to be expected that you're going to get distracted and get lost in your thoughts again. That is where you build your foundation. So don't let that discourage you. The most important thing is to just show up to your cushion and keep being consistent with your meditation practice. That's the most important thing when you're first starting out, especially. So that's it for today, guys. I hope you enjoyed this video. If you did, be sure to give it a thumbs up. Subscribe to my channel for more helpful content like this, and let me know what you thought in the comments down below. Thanks for watching. Take care. I'll see you in the next one.